What's up? Hey, what's good? What's poppin'? I am MsBerry. Welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you guys for sliding through and coming to kick it with me. As you guys can see from the title, I know a lot of you guys do not really like Candace, and I know it's a lot of you guys who love Candace, as I pretty much always say. But one of you guys, actually I think it's like a couple of you, two of you guys, I just said a couple, but who actually recommended that I react to Perez Hilton and Candace Owens. So I'm pretty interested to see what they're talking about. Judge it from the topic, I'm very interested to see how it goes. So I'm not gonna do too much talking, y'all. Let's get straight up into it. All right, let's press play. I need some.
And you can come back and say, okay, now.
Okay, so what had happened was it was playing when I was trying to full screen it. What am I doing?
Consequence can be if
no, act right.
I do want to harp on this one point because it's very important. It is a lie to suggest that. Now, I'm not blaming you for this lie, by the way. To suggest that it's just reversible. It's a very dangerous lie, right? There are extreme consequences of going on puberty blockers. It's not like you just pausing a YouTube video and you can come back and say, okay, now I want to watch the rest of the video. Once you have skipped puberty, you have skipped puberty. The consequence can be, if you're a boy and you skipped puberty, you would have literally a micro penis. You can become infertile. You cannot experience sexual pleasure. These are lifelong decisions that are being made by adults who I think are well-meaning. I don't think, Maren Morris wants to harm children, but it is very dangerous when she is using an opinion that people are taking in as facts when they actually believe that their children are going to be rendered happier because of all of this. No child can decide for themselves whether or not they want to have children long-term and say, I'm willing to forego this. They don't know that. That's not the information that they're being given when they go to the doctor's office. I also think it's dangerous to assign meaning to what children say. Children have a different idea every single day. Are you actually gender dysphoric or are you just a child? Do you want to be Spider-Man today? Would you support a scenario? And I always think of this scenario because I babysat where I had a little girl who legitimately came to me crying and said she was a mermaid. Like she did not want to go out of the bath. Would you view it as responsible if I said, yes, you are a mermaid and you can sleep in the bath from now on, and now I'm going to take you to get procedures to have scales sewn onto your body? Would that sound absolutely insane to you for me as an adult to do that?
Honestly, yeah, to me.
I will share what I think. And my understanding of being a conservative is you don't want other people telling you how to parent.
I'm sorry to pause it right here and there, or there and here, however you want to say it. But Perez Hilton looks so different. I mean, I've seen him, over the years, just, I remember Perez Hilton. I said Paris. I keep saying Paris. Oh my God, y'all, please forgive me. Perez. I remember when Perez was like, he was bigger and he did different things with his hair and stuff like that, but I haven't seen him in a while, and he always has had like a very energetic, personality and everything. So, it's pretty interesting to see how he is now, and then him talking with Candace. It's actually shocking because I haven't been keeping up with him, so I'm not sure.
And that's what I'll say. I mean, if
that could be a defense for child abuse, though, right? I don't want people telling me how to parent, but I don't want children abused ever.
I don't want children abused either, but your perception of abuse might be different than my perception of abuse. Clearly.
That's very dangerous. That's a very dangerous.
So why should your perception have to do with her kids and her perception have to do with your kids? Why don't you parent your kids and you parent your kids?
Exactly, absolutely.
I think that walking away from that is very dangerous, and I will tell you why. We're talking about abuse, right? So I would not be comfortable with this argument if we were in the court of law and somebody said, hey, you've just been beating your children for 8 months and locked them in a basement, and someone said, let me parent my kids, or hey, you're a man, you've been raping your child, for the last 10 years. Let me parent my kids. There are truths and there are untruths, and to me, it is a truth that having your child undergo transition is a form of child abuse.
I missed that.
That's your opinion. But also, I feel like, this is why we're here today. In the world out there, the amount of gender dysphoric young people that are going through any medical intervention, it's not that many.
That's not true.
That's
Do you
not
have
true.
numbers?
That's not true. That is not true.
I don't have numbers, I'm not going to share, but
I do. Would you like to hear them?
it doesn't matter to me.
No, but it should, because you're saying something,
It
right?
should.
So like, we want to get to the truth here.
And then we'll share it and cite it.
So there was a study that was done in the UK. Within a 6-year period of time, there was a 4,000% increase. There was another study that came out in Texas just a couple of months ago that mirrored the same 4,000%. So we have a 4,000% increase within children that are medically transitioned. If you take that 4,000% increase and you take what is made over a lifetime with synthetic hormones with these children, it's $1.3 million if you start a child at 14 and that child lives to 80 years old. That's $1.3 million. We're not talking about all the medical
But what I'm getting at is the amount of children or teenagers doing this. I don't think it's hundreds of thousands. It might not even be more than 10,000 a year, to be honest. I don't know. I'm not going to share a number that I don't know. But if I had to guess, in the United States, the amount of teenagers or pre-teens that are having any kind of hormone intervention, in the thousands, I'm guessing.
Okay, well,
and how many hundreds of millions of people, and how many teenagers are there in America? Countless millions.
Okay.
So what you're saying is that
let the parents parent their children.
So you are fine now that you've been given the facts of how this. By the way, these are the effects that have happened to somebody who did this as an adult, right?
Yes, and
we are
look
sharing,
at Caitlyn Jenner.
Right.
Caitlyn Jenner would share a very different experience.
Right.
She's transitioned
well,
now
no,
for
Caitlyn
over.
has spoken out about the depression that Caitlyn faced post transitioning and things of that nature. But I do want to say this: you are now armed with more facts. We are telling you that this can render someone infertile. This can render somebody with.
Well, like I said at the very beginning, it wouldn't be my first go-to, but. What would you? It's okay.
It's not about first go-to.
Okay, if you're a mother of two in 15 years, 12 years, if your child continues, not once, obviously, if your child over a period of months says, "I'm going to kill myself,"
I just told you that's
if I don't do this.
That's not true.
Well, let me ask the question.
It's not true. Cite the study on that, because that is not true.
I'm just asking the question.
A whole generation of children, because you just said that, and you are fundamentally wrong.
In your opinion.
No, it's not an opinion. It is not an
my
opinion.
question was directed to Candace.
That is not an opinion. All 7 studies that said that. No, it's a retraction on 7 studies.
Okay.
You cannot say that and have it true. The odds of those kids committing suicide will happen to 7 to 10 years after. You want to talk about facts and feelings, we'll do it. But don't say these kids are going to kill themselves.
I didn't say that.
The odds are they will.
Okay, so
after
you're presenting.
I said if a child tells you over the period of months.
Will you take them to the hospital and you have them seen for suicidal ideation?
Right. I would not put them on something that I know is going to long-term give them real suicidal thoughts because they've realized they can't go back and their parents have assigned, truth to what was just a feeling, right? It is my opinion that there is no such thing as transitioning. Yes, you.
So let me chime in real quick. I was just trying to, just pretty much listen before, I just opened my mouth to speak, but I don't want to let it get too far ahead and me not remember, but anyway. So as far as that, I can see okay, just a mom of, I have an 8-year-old son. I say it all the time, but I just couldn't imagine, I'm gonna love my child regardless, but I just couldn't imagine. And then him coming to me at 8 and saying, "Hey, XXXX," or I mean, I guess X wasn't a proper letter to use, but it's just, we all have phases. Sometimes it's not a phase. Sometimes this is just really what it is, but it's a lot of times it be, phases, and it's a lot of stuff that you see on TV, or, certain people that you're around or your kids are around, or, what they see, because it's a lot of stuff that, is broadcasted live on TV. So they can see it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Or it could just be anything. Like I say, and just to have a child who is 12 years old or something like that, and just having them on hormonal drugs and this or that, or you know what I'm saying, to like change. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I messed that all up. I'm not even saying the proper way. Y'all don't chew my head off. But so pretty much it's just like they said, this is not the first time I've heard it. Even it's no other Candace video that I've seen, you know, besides this one of her talking like this, but I've seen other videos, I've heard other things about, you know, kids, or you know, kids who were converted over or transitioned over is the proper way, excuse me, I apologize, but transitioned over, you know, as they got older, then they regretted it, you know, because they couldn't go back. It's like it's something that I changed or that my parents changed, that I wanted, that I thought I wanted, and I can't switch back. Like you just can't switch back. And like, I don't know. I just think that kids are too young, you know, to decide certain things like that. I would wait until they're of age, like 18, for you to decide if that's what you still want to do. But as a kid, like, no, like, and then at the same time, you would think of it as, oh, maybe I'm not paying attention or listening to my kids' wishes, or, you know, you may feel like a bad parent to some, you know, you may feel that way, but you just shouldn't, because at the end of the day, you're the parent, and just thinking about like your child this young, it's just, you know, you don't know. They're still growing. They're still growing into their personality, their mind, and everything else. So you don't know what will change. So I say, hey, if this is what you want to do, and it's not, I mean, you're 18 years old, I was about to say it's not, and you're 18 years old, then by all means, you know, do what you got to do. That's how I think about it. That's my perception. I know I talked for like a whole 3 minutes, and it may seem like I was rambling on, because I'm just trying to pace myself and just, you know, say the right words, because I don't want to say anything that's going to offend anyone, because it's no judgment here. So that's all. Don't
and
bear with me.
medically castrate yourself. Yes, you can get a bunch of cosmetic procedures.
My
You know,
nose
at
is
the end of the
running. It's so
day,
cold in here,
you
y'all.
can't just transition to be a man or to be a woman. You know, I am a woman. I can, you know, there are things that women can do that men cannot. And because I have looked into this issue and I've spoken to people that are being silenced, there are so many people like Scott that are coming out and saying, listen to my story. Early onset osteoporosis, people's bones. I mean, could you imagine your bones deteriorating?
Boys.
Yeah, for a child, for boys. If you go on these hormone blockers, right? Not being able to have children, that's a
But
big.
it also goes back to what I said a minute ago. I don't know the number, but I'm guessing it's not that many young people.
What do you mean when you say, like, what do you expect, I guess, the reaction to be if you go, well, it's just not.
I'm sorry to pause it again, y'all, right here, but it's like, I feel like, or I think that, y'all, I'm trying to get out of that, but I think that, you know, Perez is listening to what they're saying, and it's just going and wearing out the other. I think that he's being a little bit closed-minded, well, a lot of bit closed-minded, to be honest. It's like he's talking about, okay, this, and that, and then they like, okay, well, here's this, and that on that. Okay, well, no, that doesn't matter. I don't really care. So it's just like,
People. Does that somehow justify Maren Morris signaling that this is just an LG? Because it's not. To me, the T issue should be knocked off. LGBT, you're talking about a sexual preference. When you're talking about transitioning, you're talking about medical procedures. You're talking about castrating children.
Some people, some trans people don't have medical intervention.
But we're here discussing children, because you and I disagreed about the children.
Yes.
Right?
dang, when he, what about when I wanted to hear that, but okay, let's end the video right then and there. So that was definitely pretty interesting. I was very into that debate, honestly, because of just the complete different, you know, perspectives there. And this just has been a thing that's been, well, a topic, should I say, that's been, you know, being talked about more and more lately. So I enjoyed hearing the different views on it, and he was just being closed-minded, in my opinion, because it's like, no matter what they said, it was like, yeah, he listened. Sometimes, you know, he chimed in, and kind of cut them off. Well, it was kind of both ways, but he wasn't really listening. No matter what they said, it was one ear out the other. It was like, okay, I hear you, but this is da da da. Okay, I hear you, but that's kind of what I got from that. But like I say, as a parent, you know, I would definitely feel some type of way if, you know, my child was constantly, or, you know, asking me certain questions pertaining to this, or, you know, feeling a certain type of way if I didn't just, you know, do what they wanted me to do. I mean, of course, I know as parents, you can't do everything your child wants you to do because you're the parent, obviously, but you know, just more so like not making them happy, like fulfilling their wishes almost is what I'm pretty much trying to get at. I don't want to feel like, okay, I'm not like my child is not happy right now and this is what they really want, and it's been something, you know, but at the same time, it's just like, when you become an adult, you can make this decision for yourself, but I will not be doing that. Just off the fact that, you know, as a kid, you grow, you change. Like you grow up until you what, like 17, 18, 19. I don't remember. I think it was like what, 18. Ain't male and female's growth different? That makes me want to go research. But anyway, y'all, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reaction video just as much as I enjoy reacting to it. Y'all, comment down below, give me more things that you guys would like to see me react to on this channel. Tell me what your thoughts are and what you think in particular to this topic or this video or this it don't matter, just comment down below, let's talk about it. Guys, the original video will also be listed in my description box down below just in case you guys want to go check it out. And for those of you who love Candace, you know, because I know a lot of you guys are anti-Candace, and you know, you tell me in the comments, and I appreciate everybody's different views. I'm still new to Candace, so I don't really have like, okay, well, I don't like Candace or I like Candace. I'm feeling Candace out so far. You know, I don't have anything in particular to hate about Candace. I just like, you know, her debates and listening to her, because when she be talking, you know what I'm saying, she gonna get her point across and things of that nature. But overall, I'm still making my own, you know, opinion, forming my own opinion, should I say. So I appreciate all y'all, you know, I really do. But I'm not here, I'm just neutral right now. Anyway, guys, go subscribe to Candace Owens channel if you want to stay updated with her, show her some love. Also, guys, if you are not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button and ring that bell, so when I drop a new video, you will know, you won't miss it, and you will be right here. And as always, I appreciate you guys for coming through and coming to kick it with me. And as always, until next time, y'all, this light is hurting my eyes. I keep squinting down because I'm trying to make sure like I'm looking at what I'm looking at right. But anyway, y'all, I'm done rambling on. I cannot stop talking.